Okay, welcome back to Max Reviews. This is Brayden, and today we're going to be talking about Cobra Kai Season 2. Now, I'm doing this in preparation for Cobra Kai Season 4 coming out on December 31st. And when I'm recording this, it's before Christmas. I'm hyped for this show quite a bit, this season of the show, because it seems like it could be the best. But let's talk about Season 2. I think this might be my favorite season of the show right now after watching it and that's how I thought I would be after watching it the first time. Now it's the second time. I think my stuff confirms it. Just the character stuff, I think it's all the same basically for me, except for creases added in. It's crunched up a bit more, new characters and stuff. It gets a bit bigger, and then it ends with a really good fight. Now, for Season 1, I thought the All Valley tournament was nice. It was a really great recreation of the Karate Kid. But the ending of this is really brutal and it has consequence. So, let's start with the good for this show. And just the characters in this are still good as ever. You have Johnny and Daniel. You have Johnny and Kreese. You have Kreese and Daniel. And then you have Daniel trying, on Daniel's side here, we're going to go to him. You have him trying to balance his dojo and his students. And then he's also trying to balance doing his own car dealership and providing for his family. So he is caught in the mix, and he's trying, through this season, he's trying to promote Miyagi-Do, and they keep getting foiled by Cobra Kai. So you understand him, he's getting drived up, and then Kreese gets fired by Johnny, and so Daniel, he decides to, he's fine with Johnny now, he's okay, and then you get the finale, and things are back to them being enemies again. So, Daniel, I think, has a lot going on here. I don't know, but this season and the first season, it's really hard, because they're both really good. Johnny's side, you have his son going on to Miyagi-Do. You have his best student. He's trying to figure out, like, dates and stuff. Just trying to get by. He's balancing also. He's trying to figure out Kreese. What Kreese is doing back. And he's sort of feeling nice to have Kreese back and stuff. And then you have the episode where he leaves. He goes back with his 3 other buddies. And the one dies at the end. And then you have Kreese take advantage of that and change the way that the students are taught. And Kreese is just great in this, as sort of, he's definitely sort of mixed. He's a genius behind it all, and he's out there for war. He's not crazy mad just going with knives, going against people. He's thinking it through. He's playing it smart. And the end of the season, you get there, and he thinks that Johnny failed Miguel. Miguel, he got hurt. And so Kreese is deciding that he thinks Johnny messed up, so he's taking over Cobra Kai. He told them because Miguel showed mercy. And the other girls, you have, what's her name? Give me a second, I'm gonna check. You have Tori added into this as Miguel's new love interest, and then you have Robbie and Samantha. Oh, wait, is that her name? Robbie and Samantha, yeah, so it's just these relationships. I think Robbie and Samantha, I don't really think that was that great. I was sort of fine with Tori and Miguel in this. This wasn't as cute or as nice as Miguel and Samantha, but it was a nice substitute because Miguel, out of the kids, he's my favorite character. And then we have a episode where we start with Hawk. And Hawk in this, also Eli, him and you have his best friend there. I can't think of his name. Give me a sec. His best friend. Him and his best friend, they have this rivalry going on. Because Hawk, on his end, he's become really cool. And he's Dimitri. Yeah, that's his name. And so you have Hawk. He has become cool. He's got the girlfriend at the beginning of the episode. He's got the Super Karate Kid thing. And he's like top of his class, him and Miguel. And then you end it with his girlfriend is suddenly gay and going for this other girl. He's lost his sort of respect in some sorts with having Dimitri just go off and tell him like the before version of him, and it's really powerful with Hawk to see what's happening, and you sort of understand what he's doing. Miguel, he showed mercy and he got killed, so he might have been killed, so I'm not going to do that. That's his thought process, and you understand that. And so Hawk, I feel like if he hadn't been messed up so much in season 3, he's not messed up a ton, but he is sort of on being on the bad guy's side too much for a bit too long for me, then I think he could have been one of the best characters. If they do him more in season 4, he might be even better. So just Hawk is such a great character. Just a little side note here, his girlfriend, who was friends with Samantha and the girl that got front wedgied in the first season, I don't really like what they did with her. It's just very annoying to me that they had her be the person that's all like, we could be friends, don't fight, hugs, kind of a thing. It's just so cheesy for this show, and I think it sort of works in its own way. It's just sort of I'm extremely annoyed by it, but it's supposed to be annoying, so that just works for me. And also Robbie, his mom, she's trying to get fixed, so he's with the LaRussos, and then the LaRussos are just terrified of him at the end with the battle, so he's just got to run away. And things have been going good with her. He's got Samantha, and then you also have that amazing beginning where it's dun, 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 and you know that song, and then you have that going while Johnny's getting in his car, and then you also have the extremely weird beginning where he's dreaming about Carmen, Miguel's mother, and that's just weird beginning. And then also you have that beginning where you have just basically Samantha versus Tori, and that's a big rivalry. I think that rivalry, I understand Tori. She sort of wants to be there for Miguel because Samantha, she wants to be his new girlfriend, kind of a thing. But also, when she sees Samantha kiss Miguel, she just blows up. You understand her. She had this. She came from dirt. She finally had somebody that she really cared about, and then she got taken away. So she is angry at Samantha. Samantha, she's angry at Tori because she took her old boyfriend, and she's just picking on her a bunch. And it's just everything that happens. Hawk, Dimitri, Tori versus Samantha. There's those two kids. And I can't remember them, but they have that rivalry. And then you have the two smaller kids having the rivalry. Another thing, you have Stingray in this season. Stingray, I think, is just so funny. I just think he's just that wild pop card thing that you need. Wild card pop that you needed for this. He just works so well, as you see him just popping out throughout the show, and then ending with him just trying to be a security guard, and he's just such a fun guy to be doing this. He's just so great. And you also have the Johnny and Daniel rivalry, but that sort of goes down in the second to last episode, where you have them going out on like sort of a double date with Johnny and Carmen, and then you have Daniel and his wife, who, let me see, her name's Amanda. So it's just really nice to see that there's these moments in every single season where everything is going perfectly, you would call it. And then we go to the final episode, which I absolutely love this fight in this episode. So, first day of school, and you have Hawk being angry at Dimitri for telling on about how he wasn't so cool before and wet the bed and stuff. And then you also have Tori just out for blood with Samantha. And then Samantha's angry, but she isn't super angry. She's just sort of innocent child kind of a thing, I would think of it as. She just feels innocent, but you're not 100% rooting for her because she's made some sort of bad choices with what she's done. Then you have Johnny and Daniel, who they don't really know what's going on. They feel the aftershock of this. So when they get to the high school, just amazing action sequence with having the long camera shots while also having the fight, and the fighting is really, really good in this. They could cut the camera shots a few times. Like they did in season 3, they had a very long camera shot, but there was so much going on that you could tell some of it was fake in the background. In this, you don't feel this. It's fluid. You feel the tension going on with this. And when Tori just cuts Samantha, and then Samantha beats Tori, and Tori is out for blood. And then you have Robbie versus Miguel, which, that's a strong one. I'm going to get to that one in a minute. Then you have Hawk versus Dimitri, where Dimitri, this is his big moment. He steps up, and he beats Hawk, which that's not easy to do, and he does it. And he's even saying, like, no hard feelings. I'm sorry, are you okay? They're still friends. And, like, when you see Hawk, he lit up when Dimitri was talking about there being a new Doctor Who. And he says, I don't care about that. And he does. And that's why Hawk is a very good character in this. You'll also have the other few rivalries in here with two, like, medium best friend guys that went to the Cobra Kai. And then the black kid left and went for Miyagi-Do. Then you have the two smaller kids fighting. And so rounding around back to Miguel and Robbie, they're not 100% rivals when they start. Like, they care about their girlfriends. They don't really want them to fight. And then in the end, when Robbie hears that Miguel kissed Samantha, and when Miguel figures out that Robbie, he took the Medal of Armor and he didn't immediately give it. He sort of hid that Miguel was a actual good guy and returning it. And then they're fighting over Samantha like, she loves me. No, she likes me. And then you have this great moment where Miguel shows mercy. And then you feel the consequence with that, with Robbie taking him off. No, not taking him off. Hitting him off the balcony and falling. And just like, gasp is the word that comes up. So that happens, and that's just like mind explosion. It affects the third season so much. It affects the school. It affects everything. And that's what I like about this fight. It has consequence. It has big consequences for the future. This is sort of what pushes all the Cobra Kai guys to go with Kreese instead of Johnny. This is what pushes them, like, trying to get rid of karate in the school. This is what pushes everything. And it's such a big thing. It's expectation subversion once again with this show, where everything's going great and then things go downhill immediately fast. And when you feel the aftershock, Miguel's in a coma, gone, hospital. Carmen, Miguel's mom, tells Johnny, I don't want to see you again. And he's done with karate, kind of a thing. Daniel, his daughter, he's like feeling like he should be done with karate, his wife's telling him. And just you feel how hard it is, how shocking this is. And then we end with the Abby sent a friend request to Johnny, and that, I don't think that was the right way to end it. I don't feel a whole bunch for Allie, I think? Yeah, Allie. I don't feel a whole bunch for Allie in the season 3 and stuff, so that was sort of, it wasn't as big as Kreese, but, yeah, so that happens, and so it's just nice ending. It's not what you want, it's just like, what is gonna happen next sort of ending. And so right now, I think this might be my favorite season. It's going to be a battle between season 1 and season 2, because when I think about the good things of the first one, it's just basically perfect. And then if I think about season 2, it has more perfecter stuff, and it has a bit problems. Like, problems, it would be Miyagi-Do trying to be advertised and all that. Then the amazing things is the final episode. The episode before the final episode, Stingray. Oh, one thing I should talk about before we end here, we have Aisha, I think. Yeah, Aisha, she in the show, because she's not in season 3, we need to talk about her. She just seems to be there. She isn't as much there as in season 1. but she's just sort of there, background. She'll fight. She's cool, but she doesn't have as much emotions. She doesn't get like a boyfriend or anything. She's just there for Cobra Kai. So that's my opinion on her. Thank you for watching. If you watch this, comment down your thoughts on Cobra Kai Season 2, as you've probably already seen it by now when I'm releasing this, but I've been watching this with my sisters, and let me just say, sisters are hard to watch this with, so it takes a while. But I just heard from my middle sister that they are done watching Cobra Kai with me, so maybe I'll get the next review out pretty soon and finish watching Season 3, because I'm doing it alone. Okay. Thanks. This is Max Reviews. I am Brayden. Just leave your comments down below. Subscribe to Max Reviews. I'm going to be doing a bunch of Cobra Kai stuff in January, along with ranking every movie I've seen. Like, subscribe. Brayden out.